What's up, TLF family? We're back with another episode. Today we're talking about ectomorph optimization. Last time we talked about endomorphs, how we can optimize their muscle gain and their fat loss. Today it's a similar kind of idea, but ectomorphs, they are people with characteristics that are more along the lines of being very, very lean, super lean. They're very thyroid dominant, and your thyroid gland controls your metabolism. So if they're thyroid dominant, you can bet their metabolic rate is very, very high. They're incinerating through food, incinerating through calories all the time. Okay? They have a very high carb tolerance. So they are insulin sensitive. They can sense insulin pretty easily. They can uptake that food where it needs to go very, very fast, and they can clear it out of the blood pretty quickly. Right? They have a very high sympathetic nervous system drive. This means the sympathetic nervous system is involved with what we call fight or flight. Right? It's involved with like the classic run from a tiger, I'm in trouble, just keep moving kind of energy. And the parasympathetic nervous system is more involved with rest, digestion, relaxation, rejuvenation. And so they're very sympathetically driven. They're always on edge, always moving. Not all of you guys, okay, but they're always moving, always want to move. And because of that, it's very difficult for them to retain muscle, to gain muscle, okay? To gain lots of muscle mass and move from there. But it's very easy to stave off a lot of the fat gain for them because they're always incinerating through calories. So most of you may look at this and be like, oh man, I wish I was like an ectomorph, but they have their own challenges. I have a couple clients in here that are ectomorphic, and they've always been, either made fun of for being too skinny or too lean, or they feel like they're not adequate enough, they can't put on muscle, they're tired of feeling very lean and skinny, and want to feel a little more bulk on their body. So, always consider that just because you want their body type doesn't mean that they don't want something different, okay? So for my ectomorph people out there that are very lean and incinerate through calories, have a hard time putting on weight, let's talk about what we can do in terms of training, nutrition, and sleep and stress management to maximize your muscular potential, okay? So let's talk about training first. And just mind you, all these factors are equally as important. You talk about, abs are made in the gym or made in the kitchen or this and that, or 90% diet and 10% training. Really, it's 100% everything. It's how you really put energy into every aspect of your life. Okay, so let's talk about training first. If you're ectomorphic, we know your metabolic rate is going really high. There's no need for us to do excessive amounts of cardio. Okay? It's going to keep incinerating more and more calories, which you do not want. Okay? You're better off putting on a stimulus like strength work or bodybuilding work, which puts a really strong stimulus in your muscles to change. And also releasing tons of testosterone, growth hormone, things like that help you build muscle, build bone, build tissue, so on and so forth. So you have a high hormone release to build up the muscle, and then what you do next with your food, your recovery, will dictate how well you're able to actually build the muscle you desire, okay? So you put the stimulus here, you did your strength work, and then when I say strength work, I mean you want to think in terms of parameters of like 3 to 5 reps, okay? So you're really thinking of your deadlifts, thinking of your squats, you're thinking of your bench, so on and so forth. Those compound movements, 3 to 5 reps, 5 sets or so. 5 sets of 3 to 5 is a good number. You can of course periodize this, different variations, all that fun stuff. Bodybuilding, you're looking more of 8 to 10, but everything is slow, very slow. You want to maximize the time under tension that your muscle is under. So you're thinking with your tempos, it's like 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. And you're looking to feel that burning sensation. You want to maximize that as much as you can, okay? Very, very important. Okay, now move on to nutrition. For nutrition, we usually recommend at TLF that they have a split of about 25% protein, 55% carbohydrate, and 20% fat. Okay, so it's a little higher on the carbohydrate end because they can tolerate more carbohydrate, and that's an easy way for them to start to build more mass in a more progressive and more efficient way. Okay, that's our typical recommendation here. We won't go into calories today, but be on the lookout for more of that very soon. We actually have a workshop coming up June 24th here at TLF. So make sure you come out to that. It's at 9 a.m. Food will be served. So come out to that and check that out to learn a little bit more of how you can maximize your body type. Okay, so let's go into some ideas of how you can maximize this kind of split throughout the day. You'll be taking in more calories than your average person. And because of that, I always recommend trying to get some liquid nutrition in you as well, because it gets very exhausting to continue to eat, chew, and masticate. It's a process of just, your stomach's always full. So I recommend shakes. And what's great about shakes, you can load it up with all the right things that you want, your vitamins and minerals from your vegetables like kale, spinach, blueberries, bananas, and honey, and protein powder. You can load it up with all the goodies, and you can simply just drink it throughout the day. So I recommend at least 3 of these shakes a day, packed with all your main macros and your micros, okay? Since you're eating a ton of food, it's important to have enough enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. Why? Because you have to effectively be able to digest it, absorb it, and then assimilate those nutrients where you need them to go, muscle and not fat. Obviously, it's not very easy for you to put on fat, it's not a big worry, but you want to actually be able to effectively digest it and then eliminate it throughout your system, all the waste that you don't need. If you don't have enough of these in your diet, aka mostly from vegetables, fermented foods, things of that nature, then it's very hard to digest so much food. A big bolus of food in your gut, it's not gonna work. Then I recommend about at least 2 to 3 whole meals a day as well. So if there's just no way you can get vegetables, then I highly recommend a few supplements that you'll see in another video. So supplements that will help you with vitamins and minerals as well as the enzymes there, okay? Then that's your nutrition, that's gonna support your training. But of course, there's more to that than just nutrition and training. There's just your lifestyle, your sleep and your stress. Okay, so since you are very sympathetically driven, it means your nervous system is always like buzzing. Okay, it's very easy to stay in a highly stressed state throughout the day. And if your cortisol, your hormone that's involved with the stress hormone, is always chronically elevated from morning to night, you're not able to effectively produce melatonin, which is a very powerful antioxidant in your body that helps you rest, rejuvenate, and it regulates your circadian rhythm, how well you can sleep and wake up and have energy, so on and so forth. So my invitation, my encouragement to you is, even though you may feel driven to continue to look at your devices at night and talk to your friends and deal with really stressful things in your life after 6 p.m., cut it out, minimize it, put it down to nil. I would get a app on your phone called f.lux or Twilight for my Samsung users and my iPhone users. All your tablets, your desktops, get f.lux, and it's f.lux or Twilight. These are both good programs to download. Basically just takes your screen and makes it more of an orangish hue, so you don't have that very harsh blue light hitting your eyes, making you stressed out throughout the day. De-stress and breathe. That means like just dump everything. Just drop everything for a second, relax on the ground, lay back in a Shavasana position on your back, take deep breaths to your diaphragm, practice your breathing, okay? Not only is it good to make you more parasympathetic, but it also will translate well into the gym. When you're training, you need diaphragmatic control. Okay, brain dumps. I'm a big fan of this for anyone, really not just ectomorphs, but you literally just sit down with a pen and you just dump everything out. Every thought you have, just dump it out and close your book, don't look at it. just let it go, just dump it out of your system. You got it out of you. Sometimes our mind is running on 100%, even when we're trying to sleep. So it's a good idea to dump those thoughts out of your head. You feel a lot better when you do that, okay? Relaxing music. Pick music that's not so intense. It's relaxing and makes you just chill, makes you want to fall asleep. Music like that's gonna be very beneficial for you. Last but not least, salt baths. Magnesium salt baths are a good idea. Epsom salt. There are services around probably your city that do what we call sensory deprivation. It just kind of turns off the light and puts you in a little tub of water that's very highly concentrated in magnesium salt. And you're floating there like the Dead Sea and just relaxing and basically letting go of your day consciousness. Magnesium is a good supplement to think about getting. I recommend magnesium bicarbonate. That's a good idea. Take that every day. Help you relax your muscles. Also bring you down from that highly sympathetically driven state to a more parasympathetically driven state. So these are just some of the things that you can do to maximize your results as an ectomorph. Definitely more on this later, some more little caveats to it, but this is a good start, okay? So for more information like this, stay tuned to this channel for sure. If you haven't liked us yet, make sure you like this video and definitely hit subscribe if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? Till next time, y'all. Peace.